Let us look at these word problems to understand our complementary and supplementary angles a little bit deeper, okay? So the question is, can two acute angles be complementary to each other? So let's say there are two angles and it's 1 and 2 and they are complementary, okay? So two complementary angles, they are always acute, right? Why? Because see, the sum of two angles, if it is going to be 90 degree, then individually each one of them has to be lower than 90 degree, right? When it is lower than 90 degree, it will be acute, correct? So two complementary angles are always going to be acute, but two acute angles, not necessarily all the time that they are complementary. Because think of a combination like this. I can pick two acute angles, 35 degree and 30 degree, and the sum of those is 65 degree, and that sum is not complementary, correct? I can pick 45 plus 30, right? That sum is 75 degree. So this combination is not complementary, correct? So likewise, we can say that this statement, when it reads, can two acute angles be complementary to each other? The answer is not always. There will be many combinations that two acute angles will be complementary, but not always, not all the time. We have seen these two examples right here. Likewise, you can create multiple examples like this. Okay, so the true answer is not always, but for you to understand little bit deeper that when we are talking about two complementary angles, they are always acute. Remember this sentence, okay? But two acute angles, they are not complementary all the times. So this statement works only one way. All right. So the question is, can two obtuse angles be complementary to each other? So let's find out. Let's say there is angle 1 and angle 2. They both are obtuse, means angle 1 is greater than 90 degree. Only then it's going to be obtuse, correct? And angle 2 is greater than 90 degree as well. Okay. So when two angles individually are both bigger than 90, then their sum will have to be greater than 180 degree, correct? But what is the condition for complementary? Complementary requires that two angles, their sum should be equal to 90 degree. So this statement does not align with this statement. These two don't match. So two obtuse angles, they can never be complementary to each other. Simple. So the answer is they cannot be. Third one, can two obtuse angles be supplementary to each other? Okay, so let's define this one more time. The necessary condition for two angles to be supplementary is the sum should be equal to 180 degree, correct? But we are saying that can two obtuse angles, meaning we are defining angle 1 and angle 2. They both individually are bigger than 90 degree, just like what we have here in question number 2. So when they both are individually bigger than 90 degree, then their sum will have to be greater than 180 degree, correct? That means this statement does not match this statement. So two obtuse angles, they cannot be supplementary. Okay, that's our answer. So I hope that this gives you a little bit understanding on how to read these word statements, how to construct a solution, and what is really a complementary and supplementary angle.